Hi everyone, hope all is well. Today I'm going to go over some of the clues that are currently in the game that are going to be extremely important in the Brooklyn DLC. Now that comes from either characters that we're going to come across or things which are going to be incredibly important come the DLC. So if that's something that interests you, stick around. Okay, so let's make a start. Let's talk about some of the important clues that will have an impact on the up and coming DLC, and I know this for an absolute fact. First up, let's talk about Melanie Hoskins, call sign Ajax. Melanie was a paramedic, a firefighter and also a first wave agent, and she features a lot in the Descent comms and also the first Rogue comms. But she first appeared in the Hearts on Fire audiobook voiced by Katie Sackhoff, although she's now voiced by another actor, which is a shame because I like Katie Sackhoff. If you want to learn more about Melanie Hopkins and her backstory, I would recommend visiting the division.fandom.com, which is an absolutely fantastic Division wiki and has a brilliant write-up on her, as well as a lot of other characters that are in this game. But I'll leave a link to the website in the description below, so you can have a look at that. But I really recommend it, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, as I said, she features in many of the comms, but I'm just going to focus on one in this video. The comm is called Recruit. This is found on the first Rogue section of the comm section. So let's listen to it and we'll go from there.
I need you, Hoskins.
What is it now, Keener?
We need to set up a base of operations. We need a secure place, preferably where no one knows us, and we can start recruiting and training people for what's coming.
You can't have my farm, Keener.
Of course not. It's too remote. I want us to hide in plain sight.
Okay. Sounds like that's going to be more complicated than necessary given your profile. You've pissed off a lot of people.
I know. But for better or worse, it just takes one person to change public perception. And if we have hundreds, well, that's a movement.
Okay, so as you heard, Keener tasks Hoskins with setting up a base of operations. This will be our base of operations in the Brooklyn DLC. It's going to be called The Bridge. Now, that name has been mentioned in some of the comms before, but I can't quite put my finger on which one it was. Also, he tasks her with recruiting and training the people that they take in. Some of these people we already know from listening to the Descent comms, a bit like Bishop. Bishop, again, is a character that we'll bump into in the Brooklyn DLC, and he's a bit of a Keener fanboy. Now, let's turn our attention to the Purple Stuff. The Purple Stuff is the title of a Descent comm. It's about the attack on the Emerita estate, which we tackle in the Paradise Lost incursion, and it's also a big clue to one of the main threats that we're going to face in the Brooklyn DLC. So, let's listen to the comm.
Cleaners attacked the Merritt estate.
You've never crossed the bridge before.
They had help. One of Cal's hunters.
Bullshit.
It was right. He was embedded with them. His team upgraded their gear with some kind of new accelerant that burns purple.
Is Mac okay?
Yeah, Cal says agents got her out. She's at Haven. Mac's safe for now. We have bigger problems than that purple stuff.
Cleaners in Long Island is a pretty big problem.
Wright wasn't working alone. He gave the Lovebirds rogue tech.
Where the hell did he get it?
I have no idea.
We haven't really been keeping an inventory.
Maybe we should start.
So, we hear that Wright was one of Cal's hunters, upgraded with some sort of new purple accelerant. And we also know that Cal is close to Natalia Sokolova. So, the next question is, where's this stuff being produced? And what's the endgame? Well, we know the cleaners are using it in Paradise Lost, and in the recent DLC sneak peek, we got to see us going to an off-site mission at an oil refinery controlled by the cleaners. Coincidence? I think not. We also see the H5 Fuels logo quite prominently throughout this trailer. I see a lot of people calling it HS Fuels. It's a Five Guys. Yeah, 5. Simple. Okay, so that brings me on nicely to Sarah Moretti. Sarah and her family were first mentioned in the Lower Manhattan comms, what we gathered from the Warlords of New York. It's worth revisiting these, as they were the first people that Keener saved, and Sarah's story may or may not have a big impact on the Brooklyn DLC. However, the comm I'm going to play is from Descent, and it's titled Moretti. I feel people have overlooked the importance of this, so let's listen.
Keener, is Sarah okay?
Yes?
You don't sound so sure.
Her husband died. Her daughter died. I can't really expect her to be okay.
Are you okay?
Honestly, no.
Fireman thing?
No.
It wasn't your fault.
If we were here, maybe we could have saved them.
But you weren't. And it worked. We got Faye. We got the Rogue Network online. We have Schaefer on side. Your plan is working, and none of that would have happened if you didn't leave.
I know. You can't change the past. You can only hope to atone for the sins and build a better tomorrow.
Please tell me you didn't find religion.
Oh, God, no. Of course not. Just, the Morettis, they were the first people I truly saved. And I let them down. And Sarah, she just reminds me so much of Mac and my first wife. And my second wife.
You definitely have a type.
It's just seeing their family. It was like they were the family that I could have had. Yeah, that little girl, she's so smart and beautiful, and the world is a little bit darker without her in it. Yeah, Sarah, she says she's fine, but parents aren't supposed to outlive their children, and none of us know how to help her. None of us have kids. Yeah, not yet, at least. So it's just hollow platitudes and distractions with work.
In the comm, we hear that Sarah lost her husband Mark and her daughter Grace, and Keener believes if he was there, probably in Brooklyn, he could have maybe saved them. But what does Sarah think? Does she think Keener's to blame? And if she does think Keener's to blame, could we see her team up with maybe one or more of our enemies in the Brooklyn DLC? Well, I think the chances of that are potentially very high. But what we do know for certain is that April the 23rd, we're going to find out some more information about the DLC, and I think I'll leave it till then to possibly speculate on anything else that may come our way. So that's it from me. Please leave any comments in the comment section. Please leave a like if you like this video, and yeah, let me know what you think. Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I know more than what I actually let on? That's the question. But that's it from me. Bye bye now.
Somehow, you can't see that you're making the same mistakes that brought it all down in the first place. Your job, Agent, is to protect this delusion.